보고 결정을 해서 예산을 짜면 되잖아. 그치? 그러니까 위에 거 5개만 먼저 하고 그 밑에 있는 건 8월이니까 일단 보고 결정하자. 토마토랑 사과 다 먹었어? 없던데?
사야 되네 이제?
응. 맛있다. 엄청 맛있어.
맛있어?
응.
먹어봐야겠다.
other than you see all. Wait a minute!
Someone's gonna say something. It should be us now instead of everyone everywhere.
Nick, so be it. Okay. Why don't you leave these here with me and I'll...
Thank you so much. I love the place setting. If my handwriting looks, you know, it's one of those.
I could buy the dummy. Tell you, that's not okay. Okay. I have to say, thanks. Oh, Howard, this is Andrea. She's the director of the planetarium. Nice to meet you. I'm Howard Wolowitz, and in her own lab. It would be a great help to play with us if you could stay.
왼쪽으로.
I do not enjoy our Hello! The fate of a woman's career. I thought we could pass this.
Why not?
Well, in order to free up personnel.
Hey,
It's because it's easy.
Sooner or later it will come. The day that I'll know I'm in love. Will it feel warm and dry like a kiss in July? Will it chill down my bones? Will it cool like the snow?
메리 크리스마스.
At my window to see what the universe has in
This movie's pretty
store for
scary.
me.
Please, I'm an adult.
People passing by on the street, they're smiling at me, 'cause they already know what it's like being in love. The sky starts to roll out.
So you'll have to find someone else to hold your ankles and hit you today.
I'm sorry. What?
I've suffered a terrible injury and won't be able to lift it. I already guessed I'd see pirates with holes in their pockets.
George, that is not at all how they work.
We talking about?
There was definitely something off about those people.
Really?
Sheldon.
Stay there.
Good, that means they'll stay.
He's just excited that Meemaw's dating the man he looks up to. I wish he could date Tyler Dan for that nigga. What is towards you? Oh gosh.
Excuse me.
Was that him on the phone?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Punched by another man. This makes you more attractive to me.
I'm confused.
Me too.
Is this because he went to the furniture store?
He knows about this?
Yes.
All right, now listen, if this...
Not to do it. He wouldn't listen.
Okay. Okay, that's enough.
No. I prayed people would be more interested in my sermons. I suppose I should have been more specific. Sheldon, if these creatures were born without sin, they don't need to be saved by Jesus.